Welcome back, everyone. My name is Emmy. This is the channel Frugal Money Saver, and this little girl is Dixie, and it's time for a little Tuesday encouragement. I am here to talk about where you hid your money. Where'd you hide your money? You're probably wondering what I'm talking about. I didn't hide money, Emmy, but I bet we can find some hidden money. I bet we can. And that's what today's video is all about. My husband Paul and I live in the state of New York. We are an early retirement couple, and we just show you how to live life with less money, but more abundantly. I'm sorry when she does this. It's like it melts my heart. Mommy loves you. Dixie had to get comfortable, so we had to cut for a minute. Now my arm is going to go to sleep down here, but it's all worth it. What I wanted to talk to you about is where we can find extra money, where I guarantee if we look closely enough, we're going to find out where your money is hidden. First thing, if you're home, I want you to look around the room you're sitting in. Look at all those possessions you own. Look at the electronics, whatever you're watching me on. Is it a phone? Is it an iPad? Is it a TV set? Whatever, a TV screen. I don't even think they make sets anymore. These are all things that you paid for and your money went to. These are all items that your money has been spent on. I am a big proponent of tracking your spending, and I tell you this all the time. So let's take a look and find out where your money is hidden even closer. Pull out your checkbook. Look at who you wrote a check out to. Now you should be seeing your utility bills, your housing costs, possibly the food store if you write a check at the food store, all the necessary expenditures that we have in a month. Are there other things listed there that may not be a necessity? Could money be hiding in some of those checks that you wrote that were not necessary? Your credit card bill that came at the end of the month, or if you look at it online, go through it. Look where you spent. Could there be $100 worth of takeout food in a month? Well, that's some pretty good found money right there. Is there $60 in Starbucks and coffee shops? Well, that's some hidden money right there, isn't it? We just found. We need to look at where our money is going and bring it back in to what is a necessity. A lot of times people will tell me, Emmy, I don't have enough money to buy healthier foods, or I don't have enough to pay the electric bill this month. Well, let's see where we can find some hidden money to pay these bills and to buy the necessary expenditures we have in our life. If we're finding that we don't have enough money for the necessities in our lives, but we're having money for non-essential purchases, then we need to rethink and start tracking our money. We have to, because the things that are important and need to be paid for come first. What am I meaning? I'm meaning, and this is not a, oh, I'm going to shame you video. Listen, Paul and I deal with this too. We deal with this. This is something that we are going to take and turn into a positive. We're going to find where that hidden money is, and we're going to use it for what we need. I'm going to touch upon something here that may make some people uncomfortable, but I have to say it because it hit me in a grocery store the other day, and I just wanted to say something to the woman, but I didn't. Of course I didn't, but it was an elderly woman, and I'm not going to give age because we all have different ideas of what elderly is, but there was a woman, and she was at the courtesy counter in front of me. They charged me wrong price for something, and I had to go back, and she spent over $25 on lottery tickets. This is not a shaming. I am not accusing. It's not like that. But I wanted to tell her, was there some way she could have taken that $25 and maybe used it in a way that would have helped her to have a more comfortable life. Now, maybe she was a millionaire and that $25 she had within her budget, and that is very possible. I mean, if you're putting money away in an entertainment budget, let's say $25 a week, and you're choosing it to spend it on lottery tickets, then that's all well and good. But if you're spending $25 you don't have on lottery tickets, we need to maybe rethink and look at where our money is going. And that's what I felt. I felt like I wish I could have shared with her that maybe she could have done something a little bit better with that $25. And the same thing with me. When I go in and I see Pyrex, and I shouldn't be buying it because that money should not be going to Pyrex. It should be going to something else. Lottery tickets are just one example. Once you start keeping track of your money and where it is going, you're going to find so much hidden money that you did not know you had. Start going over your receipts, your grocery receipts, your thrift store receipts, your credit card. If you have a debit card, we don't use debit cards, but I'm sure you have to have some kind of account that you can check. The problem with credit cards is when you go to charge a purchase, you are not immediately seeing your balance for the month. You're not. You're charging, and then at the end of the month, you've got a whopping bill, and you're like, wow, I didn't realize I did that. I didn't realize I did that. Track your spending. We need to find out where you're hiding your money and redirect that money into essential purposes. I know people who work 2 and 3 jobs to make it. And God bless them, they're doing that for essential purposes. And then I know people who work 2 and 3 jobs, they're not making their monthly bills, but they're spending it on things that are not necessarily a priority. When we set up our budget, there's categories for everything. I can link down below in my description box how we actually set up our budget and the tracker we use. But so much money is hidden in these little purchases that we make over a month. So please look into them, start tracking your money, get out all your receipts, and just look at them. And you will be surprised how much money you actually have. If you are tracking your money, then kudos to you. You should be. But if you are spending without knowing where your money is going to, of course, you're not going to have enough at the end of the month. So I hope this was encouraging. It was meant to be a blessing. Dixie and I come at you sometimes, and we just want you to have the best life that you can possibly have. And being financially healthy is one aspect of it. So we're starting with 2 large chicken breasts that Paul cut in half for me. And then in this bowl, I have got 2 beaten eggs. Here I have about 3/4 of a sleeve, which is about a cup of crushed Ritz crackers or any kind of buttery crackers, and then 1/4 cup flour. To the flour and to the Ritz crackers, I'm going to add some freshly cracked black pepper. Give that a little bite. I'm going to add some paprika. I know I always call it paprika, but I know it's paprika. And then we're going to add a little onion powder. And we're making kind of like a savory Ritz cracker here. And then some garlic. I have a new bottle of garlic, but this is still good. Okay, finish that up. And now I'm just going to combine this. I added a little flour because the flour will help the cracker crumbs coat the chicken a little better. Okay, so let's get to dredging. Before I start though, I am going to spray the bottom of my pan with just a little bit of olive oil. just like that. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, beautiful. I'm just going to dip it in the egg, coat it nicely, and then we're going to put it, make sure you press those cracker crumbs down. That's what's going to give it all the flavor. That's all there is to it. I am going to lay it in here, and I am going to continue on till they're all done. I have 3 tablespoons of butter that I melted. Now, I never said this was heart healthy. I just said it's probably going to be really delicious. Okay, so I'm just going to drizzle the butter over the top of all our cracker-coated chicken. There we go. I'm going to be honest with you. It called for a half a cup of butter, but you know I would never put a half a cup of butter in. I will link the original recipe down below from All Recipes, but I figure 3 tablespoons should work just fine. Now I'm going to pop it in a 375 oven for 30 minutes. So we just took this out of the oven. I let it cook for 35 minutes. Remember, the internal temperature of the chicken has to be about 165, 170 degrees at the least. So let's see. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. Look at this. I will definitely give it our rating, but I can tell you right now, it is crispy. It looks just delicious. So bon appetit. So until our next video, we wish you blessings. We love you. Thank you for watching. Leave us a comment, give this a big thumbs up, and by all means, subscribe if you haven't. Bye-bye.